Okay, the first thing I'm going to show you how to build is a dolly. First, you just need a sheet of plywood and cut it to your size. I chose 3 by 3. You can choose whatever you want, really. Next thing you need is a couple pieces of PVC pipe. And then the next thing you need is some angle iron. I chose 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch, but you might want to choose differently. And then you need 4 U-bolts, and you need, let me think, 16 skate wheels, all with bearings. And I'll show you how it gets put together. I have a piece over here. Alright, you want to take your piece of cut plywood and your skateboard wheels and bolt them to the angle iron, and then you can weld these if you have metal, and you can weld little pieces of metal and bolt it to the board, or you can just use U-bolts like I did. And here, I'll bring them over here. You can see how that goes together. If you can't figure it out, then you're probably going to be lost. It's important that you stagger your wheels so it doesn't interrupt the rolling, and so it rolls smoother. And now I'm going to show you how to build a jib arm. The first thing you're going to need is a tripod. Here. So the first thing you're going to need is a tripod, and this just so happened to be one that I had extra, and it's a pretty sturdy one. This one in particular is a Smith Victor, and I already have my bearing attached, which I got from an office chair that I bought from a thrift store for like 10 bucks. It could be an office chair similar to this one. It's the kind that swivel around, and go up and down and all that crap. And pretty much just yank the bearing off, and there I go. The bearing was attached down here. You can see where I had to unscrew the wheel mechanism, and took a little bit of elbow grease, but eventually got the bearing off. So the next thing you're going to need is some box tubing that telescopes with each other, meaning slides like one fits inside the other, and I'll show you what I mean. This is my bigger box tubing, and this is my skinnier one here, and you can see how that slides in and out, and it's pretty simple design. I'd suggest buying it in bulk from a steel place near where you live, and it's pretty cheap, actually. Length doesn't really matter. You could buy whatever length you want depending on the size of jib arm you want. The next thing you're going to want to do is actually build the jib arm itself. And let me go ahead and give you a walkthrough of what everything does. This right here, you can tell, is the box tubing. This is the bigger part, and if we go back here, you'll see where I bolted that, and up here is where you would attach your counterbalance weights. So anyway, you might wonder what this is for right here. I'll show you in a little bit. If you come all the way down, you'll see it's to make sure that this basket that holds the camera stays level. And you know, you can actually attach a bar here that comes straight out with several different holes in it to give you different views, like bird's eye view and all that crap. So and the way this fit on was I just got a piece of steel pipe that fits right over the bearing. So, you know, I lucked out. I don't know how lucky you guys will get, but you know, give it a try. And I didn't even use a bearing here. All I did was bolt it, and it seems to work real well. I'll show you some sample shots in a little while. The next thing you want to make sure of is that you have some counterbalancing weights. Right now I only have 20 pounds on mine, and it works out pretty good. So make sure that it's well balanced, and you'll see that it's pretty easy to maneuver it and whatnot. The basket might be one of the hardest pieces to put together. This was the only actual piece that I welded. All it is some simple flat bar, you can pretty much tell. And right here, all this stuff here on the bottom is angle iron with just a piece of wood set in it and glued. You can see the glue here. And here, if you look there, I just put my wing nut through, and I'm gonna go ahead and attach the camera. Damn it.